Hello Rick, my name is Shankaran Parasarathi and this is my presentation for assignment 1. Now, for assignment 1 I used Excel, Python and Power BI to analyze the sales of Irish whiskey around the world. Now the data set I used is this one. Now as you can see, the raw data is an amalgamation of all the different types of data. Basically there's 3 types of Irish whiskey. There's the standard one, there's the premium one, and there's the super premium one. Now the data set is stacked on top of each other, like all the data is in the same data set, in the same worksheet. So the first few columns we have the standard for each country, and then when we go down we can see it changes to premium for each country. Then we go down, it's for the super premium ones, and even the sales are packed like that. Like the sales are for the year from the year 1990 to 2016, and it repeats. After one country is finished, we start with the next one. So this data is not good. We have to sort it and cleanse it, and that's how I got to here. I sorted the data according to the quality of the Irish whiskey. So this one is for the standard whiskey, this is for the premium one, and this is for the super premium one. Now as you can see, when we go from standard to premium, you can see there's quite a lot of zeros, and when you go to super premium there's even a much lot of zeros. So all of these zero columns were basically empty cells, like there was no value in them. So I just selected the blank cells and I replaced them with 0, because blank cells do not give much information, but if we change it to 0 we can at least infer some meaningful information. Even if they are not that true, we can at least get some. So after doing this, I had to select one dataset and use it to create a pivot chart. So I used this one, the standard whiskey one. Basically I just copied it and I created a new dataset and I pasted it here, and this is our data. Now insert a pivot table here, use all of this data and create a pivot table. So first we take year, because without the year the data becomes meaningless, and then we select for countries. I just go with UK, Germany, France and Ireland, because well, they're like neighbors, they're all in the European continent. Okay, let's also go with Russia, and of course we have to change the name, because well, as you can see, if we just keep it as sum of United Kingdom, that doesn't make sense. So we have to make it meaningful, so we make it into cases sold in United Kingdom. Basically we have to do it with every one of this, because as you can see, in Germany, again for France, again for Ireland, and last one for Russia. Now we have a proper data. Now to create pivot chart, we could create pivot chart from that one, but it's much more better to create it from here. We come here, we select pivot chart. Now the reason I have not taken for the comparison, I have not chosen United States, is because of this. I'll show you. If I select United States and I compare it with another country like United Kingdom, let's change this one to line, because that shows us the obvious difference. So as you can see, United States outranks every other country in terms of sales. Like if we compare United States with every other country on this list. Like instead of United Kingdom, let's just go to Ireland. Still United States. France, nope. South Africa, nope. Russia, nope. Germany, nope. Basically get the gist of it. United States drinks a lot of Irish whiskey. Like they have some kind of deep attachment to Irish whiskey, I don't know. Anyway, United States is one of the most biggest consumers of Irish whiskey, and it has just kept growing over time. Like see this, in 2016 it's like an all-time highest or something. So yeah, United States. So that's the main reason that I have not included United States, mainly for the comparison, because that doesn't give you a proper idea, and these four countries are better for this option. And yeah, if you can see Ireland stacks up mainly in the standard whiskey sales. But yeah, now we go from pivot chart to our Jupyter notebook. Now in Jupyter notebook, we first of all, let's close this one, and we create a new Python 3 file. Now first things we have to do for importing a CSV file is we have to define the pandas library, because the pandas library has an item called data frame. This data frame will let us read the CSV file, like it stores the CSV file in a table format, and let's just call it test1, and we print this test1, and if we run it, we will get this is the same table, it's just in a data frame. Now if we want to plot a graph with this data frame, first things first, we have to import the graph library, like the library to plot. So the first one we will use is matplotlib. So we use pandas and matplotlib, we have to use pandas. Now if we run this, we have successfully imported all those libraries, and now we again copy this code, paste it here and run it. Before we run it, we need to change the data frame name because we changed it earlier. Now let's just since it's just one value, let's just go with United States, and here we have the graph. This is a graph using the matplotlib. There's another library to draw a graph, it's called plotly, and to do that we basically have to call in the library again, call in the plotly library, and we run it, and we have successfully imported the plotly library. Now we need to read the data in a new file. So we read the data in a new data frame. Let's just call it test2, and we run this one. Now we have a new data frame. So now we plot a new data frame. Control V, change it to test2. Let's change between the countries, and if we run it now, let's just hope it runs. Yeah, we have a scatter plot between United Kingdom and Ireland, and this is basically how we import plotly. So here you see we have used two libraries to draw graphs. One is matplotlib and the other one is plotly. Now plotly lets us draw much more interactive graphs. I do not have the code right now to show you, otherwise I would have. Sorry. Anyway, after we move on from this one, it's time to go to, sorry, we go to our Power BI. So for Power BI, let's start over from this one page. Let's create a new page. Now we need to create a visual with our data, so let's compare here, and let's compare France, Germany, United Kingdom, and where is it? Ireland. Yes, sorry, it took some time to catch it up. And let's import this one up. It's the color difference, it's like a little bit x-axis, E type continuous, type linear, no. Anyway, let's begin. Okay, so now where is it? Okay, yeah, let's not use this graph, we'll use this one. So yes, now I went on the internet and I searched. So basically 2007 was when Ireland, like North Ireland, got obtained freedom from Britain. Like the England Parliament doesn't decide any rules for Ireland. And then in 2017, I think, you can see like United Kingdom notices a rise in alcohol drinking. It's basically because 2017 was a year of terror attacks in London and all of that. Like there was an Islamist terrorist attack in Manchester, and it's like it's a tragic time. Basically all of these rises, like these sudden rises that we can notice of this alcohol binge drinking, is because of like is just before times of tragedy or something. Like right after times of tragedy, these things just like they kept increasing. And well, I can show you that one properly if we go here, page 2. Yes, now we can see I divided by year, and basically we can see like the trend just changes completely. Like UK, mostly UK was like UK used to mostly deal with premium and standard whiskey, but suddenly they shifted to this super premium whiskey, which is kind of weird. I don't know why they chose the costliest one, but yeah, so you can see 2017 is the year it completely changed. And even if we go here, we can see that let me show you. See, we can notice sudden increase in 2016 to 17. See, like in 2016 it was like 1.38, 2000 it was like 1.44. like it was like normal increase, but suddenly it just jumps up to 2.03% in 2017, and the same one with here also. So yeah, basically that's what I kind of inferred from this one, that at times of tragedy this thing just happens. Okay, again sorry for this, that this thing happens mostly because of times of tragedy, which kind of brings us to the fact that alcohol is a good, like it's a stress reliever, but yeah, it can also kind of provide very bad things to happen. And the most thing that the most product of this sale which gets sold is the Irish standard whiskey. And basically that's it, that's all I got. I'm kind of sorry that I got like it kind of shifted from what I want to make, but